Right now, we're standing in one of the most famous Catholic monasteries in the world. Built some 900 years ago on one of the highest passes of the Swiss Alps. It's a very special kind of monastery in that here was born 250 years ago the heritage of the famous St. Bernard dogs. Dogs that have saved the lives of more than 2,000 people in these inaccessible Swiss Alps. I found a diary here that has in it words of gratitude that were written by people whose lives were saved by the skill and the courage of the priest and the dogs here at St. Bernard Hospice. Things like this. We arrived at Grand St. Bernard today after 2 days in Italian Alps, lost. And I thank God that we were able to make it as death was so near. Yes, things written from the heart. You know, the St. Bernard's pedigree goes back about 250 years, when some priest of long ago brought a pair of them for companionship. What a wonderful companion they would make, too. Yeah, they're endowed by nature with a wonderful fur coat to withstand the zero weather, great big paws to dig, and the intelligence to find someone even though covered with snow.
The day of foot travel through these mountains is gone, but to gain admittance to St. Bernard Hospice, the stranger still has only to ring this bell. Now, if he's in need of lodging, he may find refuge in one of these rooms, where countless wanderers of days past, many rescued from the alpine snows, have been given haven. For the same warm hospitality awaits the traveler in need. He may stay for a day or, depending on his requirements, for a week or longer. Once he's been refreshed by a night's rest in a warm bed, if he's hungry, he'll be invited to join the fathers at their table and partake of their simple fare. These Augustinian monks spend their days in study and in service. But the tradition of these wonderful, intelligent dogs is kept alive, with the dogs trained and ready for any emergency. Our visit to St. Bernard's was in August, but already the bitter winds were sweeping down from the huge peaks, and the first flakes of snow were flying. Soon these rugged peaks will be mantled in white. Modern methods of travel and communications have lessened the dangers, but there are still times when only the dogs can get through. From this bleak pass have come remarkable tales of heroism, which will be repeated again and again somewhere along that winding road, where deep snows and bitter cold could mean sure death, were it not for these dogs and their devoted masters. So these are what we found on our pilgrimage to a remote spot in the mountains, the keepers of a hallowed tradition. Yes, and inside, where it's warm, just to make sure that the tradition is continued, this miracle of life goes on in a never-ending cycle, by the basketful. Helpless balls of fluff now, but someday they'll be big and powerful. Friendly, trusting, with a love of man from the day they're born. The kind of love you can't help but return. I know I couldn't. Who'd want to even try?
Before we leave this monastery, I'd like you to meet the man who's been guiding us around, Father Boucher. We'd like a few words from you, Father, as to what you consider the future of this place and your wonderful dogs.
Well, the insignia of this hospice has a heart on it, a red heart that symbolizes charity. Charity was our purpose when we started centuries ago. It is our purpose today, and it will be our purpose tomorrow.
Splendid. Thank you very much, Father Boucher. Now, before we leave, I wonder if I could ask our audience to join me in a visit to your charming chapel.
Oui, monsieur. Follow me.
The Hospice of St. Bernard. Let's remember the many who have knelt here and have fervently thanked God for being saved. by the courage of the priest and the devotion of the most famous dogs in the world.